Hello, my name is David Graham. This is a PowerPoint of a talk that I gave a few weeks ago, uh, entitled "Dear Extraterrestrial Beings, How Come You're Interested in Us Humans?" So bear with me, and I'll try to get this up working now. Here we have it. Now, this is a subject that is vast, and there are many, many different perspectives on this. So what I'm talking about now is my own perspective that's been born mainly through my own experiences. I'll talk in a moment about an experience when I was a young child. There was a research survey um, aimed at therapists that had worked with people with any kind of ET contact. That was back in 2019. Numerous meditations that I've had, mainly alone, some in group, channeling or regression, and some shared experience with friends. So, going back to 1958, and I was 4 years old, I went out for a day out with my father and my brother, my older brother, in Lickey Hills Country Park on the outskirts of Birmingham. My father and my brother were just a few steps ahead of me, and I became aware of a white mist between some trees on my right-hand side. Somehow, I don't understand how, I found myself moving into that mist. And then what followed has needed some meditations and some regressions to help me recall what actually occurred. This is an outline of it. While I was there, I uh, was aware that I was in a large room with silvery kind of walls. And as I looked around, I looked and turned my head and saw in front of me, there was a large eye in front of me. And it wasn't a human eye. I've since realized it was, I think, reptilian. And there was another being alongside. That's as a being that's often referred to as a grey species. I've since realized there were more beings there that I didn't recognize initially, but I got to understand that after a while. Initially, I was very frightened, but that fear kind of changed to a sense of elation as another extraterrestrial being kind of took me into his um, embrace, offered me lots of encouragement, lots of reassurance, and uh, left me with a kind of inspired feeling. Uh, After a while, I understand it was about 30 minutes. I was found asleep on the grass, and I can remember being on the grass in a kind of golden slumber, is the expression that comes to me, and not really wanting to be disturbed. But it's my brother who found me, closely followed by my father. And I felt elated. I was buzzing. I didn't really want to come back. I felt kind of inspired. Yet that didn't last long because after a while we had to go home. And then I was confronted with, well, my parents didn't understand and they weren't able to reassure me or anything. Indeed, they just played it low key and dismissed it, uh, which didn't suit me. So anyway, at this point, I want to ask, what do you think? Do you think they're out there? Do you think they're visiting us? If so, what for? There are reports of very many types of extraterrestrial beings. Indeed, there's a vast space out there for to come from. if technology exists amongst extraterrestrial beings that are out there, it's quite feasible that that technology would help them to be here, be um, around Earth. Not only that, there's indicators, if you like, of instances where they've been around here for a long, long time, visiting, exploring, uh, connecting with humanity. I wanted to mention this. In 1492, as many of us will know, that's when Columbus sailed across to the Atlantic, and so a discovery of new lands occurred, but also discovery that the world is actually round. Up until then, much of society believed that the earth was flat, and if you go sailing off that way, you're going to fall off the edge of the world. Bearing in mind, Isaac Newton didn't come along for a couple of hundred years yet to explain gravity. So the societal thinking at the time was prompted into an enormous shift. It was shown that the earth wasn't flat in the way that they believed. It was shown that there is a way of getting round to the other side of the world that didn't include people falling off the edge of a cliff. It was a quantum shift in societal understanding. And I bring this up now because I think that's what's occurring for humanity around now. Okay. What is it they seem to think of us? Well, on my understanding, there are concerns on our capacity to blow ourselves up. There's also observations about how we settle our differences and how we care for our planet. And there are other concerns also, many concerns. Right now, we're talking about the artificial intelligence coming in, and it's how we use that, whether we use it to enhance humanity or whether we use it to attempt to control each other or dumb some of us down so that we're more easy to control. At the same time, what's been expressed on numerous occasions is an admiration for humanity also. We can fall over and we get up again. We get lost, we get found again. They notice that there is great courage amongst some of us that they admire enormously. This is what has been expressed to me on more than one occasion. Well, more than those concerns, there's something else that draws them here. And the universe is changing, and this is the most important aspect of all this. There are changes occurring in the universe. The universe is expanding, is vibrating faster, which means that Earth and humanity is also changing, is also vibrating at a different rate. And what this can mean for humanity is actually that our consciousness is growing. We are becoming more aware of ourselves, our capabilities, and we seem to be at the cusp of a point where we're becoming even more aware. We're kind of growing up in a sense. This growing up can be seen as intellectually, emotionally, with our psychic abilities, even at a physical level, about neural pathways reforming, and yet they're not here to intervene. They're not here to manipulate. They're here to support. That's what I understand. A lot of this can tie up with our own vibrations, and as our vibrations rise, we can operate from a point of love or an altruistic or a caring, a service to others in the world, less interested in a service to ourselves. And this is a change that we can embrace. It's coming anyway, whether it takes a short time or a long time, whether it's easy and natural, or whether it's more difficult or not. It appears that it is coming anyway for us, whether it takes generations or it can happen fairly easily. Their support is benevolent, is another point that I found. They're interested in the welfare of Mother Earth. They're interested in supporting us. They're not interested in controlling us or manipulating us. They're interested in supporting us, and this is an aspect of it that's come up time and again in my experience. Yet that's my experience. That's how I understand it. Yet really, I just simply wish to address the question: what do you think? Are they visiting us? What is their intention? Is it as I said? What do you think? Thank you. So that's an outline of the talk that I gave a few weeks ago. It offers some insight into my own connection with extraterrestrial beings. It gives some insight into what I understand of their presence here. And it's an invitation for you you don't have to agree with me, but just think about, what do you think they're here for? Thank you.